never delete anything. Anything.
I do. After it says storage full, I'm like done.
Storage full.
And then like my pictures, we still develop pictures.
Wow.
Every month I send them into this company. They send you prints, and so once I do that, I clean out my pictures.
Why is that smart?
To actually print them out on a regular basis, so you don't end up with 6 years worth, and you're like,
Yeah,
what the
that's
hell?
true.
Dude, we got
That's true.
thousands
I have
and
done that.
thousands.
I have.
You don't get it.
Okay, I'll let
That's
you know
the nice
after
thing about Google Photos, though.
this is done.
It
Are we all in
is-
frame?
We should be all be in frame.
It recognizes people real easily, and like I have. So at one point, it knew
Me too.
it knew what my
Wait,
grandma
let me get my
looked like.
glasses on. Okay.
And I uploaded a photo of my grandma when she was like 20, and I recognized her.
Dang.
So, yeah.
Did you see my post about the Wizard of Oz?
I did.
They
That looks amazing.
they're gonna show it in Las Vegas. They use
In a dome?
AI to
The
turn
sphere.
it into a
I think
live
that's in
stream
here,
movie.
yeah.
Oh wow! At the Sphere.
I think so. I think it's in the
I mean,
sphere.
yeah,
Not the
it
dome.
is.
Dude, that sphere is fucking massive.
Like I'm walking.
We went by there
Not
last
the
time in Vegas this
tetrahedron.
last March. We didn't go inside.
Already marked that
Or you
off.
can't go inside unless you got tickets.
Right.
But the outside was a hell of a lot bigger than what you see like in pictures or videos.
You haven't seen it.
Thank
You've
you.
seen it at
Massive.
the tetrahedron.
I just don't understand.
You really haven't. I mean, they
Can
say
you imagine the
they say
cost
that the experience
of
there is
just
honestly.
lining that entire surface with iPhones to get those images?
So in between their little picture things, they do ads. And for shits and giggles, I looked up to see how much an ad was. Yeah,
It's like a Super Bowl commercial.
the very minimum of it was like $500,000,
Oh wow.
up to 1.2 million, and this is for like a 15-second.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yep.
Yeah.
Blaze and Confused will never be on that motherfucker.
I'll bet you I can get some signatures on my petition.
Dude.
I could also just buy a new house.
Yeah.
Speaking of signatures,
Please help East Hall.
August
Beep,
10th.
excuse me, Mister's here. Can we talk about donating some, just like 5 seconds of time?
Should we sell advertising space somehow? I wonder how much a blip would be. Just you know, how much would that
Like
be?
a subconscious.
Yeah.
10 grand.
Subliminal
right?
URL.
Exactly. So can we like just put forth 10, maybe 5?
We just need to become friends with the guy in control of it. Be like, man, give me 10 seconds, real quick. Just say, oops. I'm about to get another autograph August 10th. Pretty excited about.
I bet you it's somebody
From the Goonies,
boring.
Sean that played
Yeah.
Mikey.
Sean Astin?
That's not.
He's going to the Comic-Con in Tulsa.
Oh, cool.
But I'm going to try to get him to sign my, I don't know where it's at.
Roberto Clemente card?
No.
I got a piece
It's
of
wood,
the,
actually. It's going to sound like wood.
it literally wood. I don't know where the hell it's at.
Wood?
Yeah, I got a piece of the, the original porch from the Goonies when they filmed.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to take it up there and see if I can get him to autograph that. for
Oddly
me.
enough, serial killer owned the house.
It's a house.
How do you know that's
No,
from
it's
that
still there.
porch?
Really?
And the
How'd you get
guy,
his
How
porch?
did you know?
one of these sites that I go to,
It was real loose and it was some kind of wheelchair ramp.
they back in, I don't know, it was early 2000s. Whoever had owned the house at the time was repairing it, and then went cut them up, got COAs, all this shit. And I ended up with one of them. So then I got a piece of the fucking
Ended up.
the surf ballroom.
A lot of things end
piece
up
of their
in this
wood floor.
room.
Oh, wow.
They had to, it's original planks, original flooring. There was a section that got water damage that they had to replace. And I read it on their Facebook saying they're closed due to do that. And so I messaged him and I was just like, hey, how much will you charge me to get a piece of that? It's original from it. And he's like, you really want a piece? I was like, if you cut it up and sell it, they'll sell. I promise you. And so that's what he did. He sent me 2 of them. He's like, it's on the house. He gave me the idea, and they sold the shit out of them.
I'm rich, bitch. Did I ever tell you I almost got a brick from old Comiskey?
No shit.
Yeah.
Why didn't you?
I was in Chicago when
Police
they had
presence.
torn it down.
What is
You know,
old?
torn it down while they were building.
What
the
is
building.
old Kaminsky?
And it was through a chain link fence.
I'll
just
wait
out
till
of
the
reach.
conversation's over.
Just
And then I'll figure out what the fuck
quite
we're talking
reach.
about.
It was his Russian
And you know, at
landlord.
that point I was like
Russian
17,
landlord
so
and
like I
thing.
wasn't gonna.
Right. There's this guy, Scott Michaels.
Fuck you.
He does, he used to do the Dearly Departed tours in Hollywood. He specializes in murder and death and shit like that. And when Betty White died, it was in her will to tear down the house.
Shit, we all
And so
do
when he
it.
tore it
Shoot up
down,
on
he went and talked to the
Wednesday.
contractors and got a piece. And I got a little tiny chunk of Betty
This
White's
will
house
never happen again.
from it. And I got a little chunk of the fireplace where Sharon Tate was murdered. Pretty proud of that.
As you should be.
And I got a piece of the porch from Charles Manson's boyhood home. So
Don't get
Again.
those confused. You don't want Sean Astin signing Charles Manson.
no, well the porch from the Goonies. I mean, it's probably about that big. I mean, it's a good
Nice.
chunk of the porch. So
It's smooth. It'll take a Sharpie easily.
yeah, it's painted.
When you talk to him, are you
Still
going to
has-
recognize this?
I'm hoping he sees them like, oh, that is cool as shit, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you fucking dork. I see him signing it. If I was in that position and somebody brought that to me, I'd sign it.
Fuck yeah. Woo! All right.
That
Well,
is what you
Good
call
time
a
right there.
professional.
Yes,
I mean,
there he is.
What I love about that is he didn't care if it's gonna overflow. He's like, fuck
Yeah.
it, it's all going.
Well, and also he was
We're gonna
like
have to find
pouring,
out.
he was pouring like an eighth of an inch from this to here. I
Pardon
wouldn't
me
he
for a
sign?
moment.
Right. So I'm excited for that one. I'm sure I may have to
sit this down.
pay a little bit for an autograph, maybe.
Oh, well, I just assumed he was charging for it.
Now chug
Right.
it all.
So instead of getting a picture signed, I would like, hey, I'll pay. Can you sign this instead?
Yeah. I mean, you're not like
kind of a slant.
handing
for
him a
everything.
contract and trying to get him to sign it.
Right,
That
right.
he might not do.
Well, if you don't sign it, I'll meet him around back.
Yeah, you will.
Okay, are we recording?
Yeah, we are.
Should we talk about something this week?
Okay,
I
welcome.
mean, we're pretty
Some
good.
of us are already
So
fucking talking
I've
about
been,
shit.
I've been looking for like all the 80s Cubs yards that I want, right now. So
You think they took a bet?
Sean Dunstan's next.
How far they
That
could-
Ryan Sandberg dude, for one, it's perfect timing since he's just passed.
Welcome to another
I was
episode of
shocked.
Baseball
Hold on.
Bouillabaisse.
I was shopping the day he passed away earlier. That
Who are
day.
we talking
Oh,
about?
damn.
And then I didn't buy right then.
Some
And I
baseball
missed
guy.
the one I really wanted, but I grabbed a couple right after. So,
Dude.
right after it went public.
Hey, before we get started, I don't want to.
What
I don't
show
wanna-
are we on?
I don't
thought
want to
we were already started.
I don't mean to derail the topic, but I have a gift for everybody. It's not money this time,
You still owe though.
but when I have some,
No
I'll
more
bring
services.
some.
No more services.
My
until-
my friend
That is
Heather at work. Hi Heather.
Hey.
Heather-
Hello,
What's
Heather.
going on, Heather?
Heather's great. She's a lot of fun. I think
Yeah.
she should come in here sometime.
Wait, she work at Reedy?
Aw.
No.
Okay.
She, I talk to her about a lot of the crazy stuff we talk about, and she watches the YouTube channel as well.
Well, speak up so he picks it up.
And Heather made these for each of us. These are stickers.
Hey.
Oh, shit. Yes.
Yes. See,
Oh,
Heather.
fuck.
Now,
Oh, look
Now-
at that.
That is hilarious.
and I
Look at
have,
that.
I have a few extras, and she will probably make more if we
That's
ask for more.
amazing.
It's a sticker that says, "Honk out that dirt snake."
Yeah.
So if you've watched our previous episodes, you've heard some
I'm gonna put
discussion
this
about
on
You
that.
should just
Play.
now you just go
For the
put those
remainder
on,
of the
on
evening.
the inside of stall doors in the bathroom.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
Thank you, Heather.
Heather.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're in, Heather. You can come visit. So
I'm gonna
you
see
want
how
to.
long this stays on my wife's car before she notices it.
and then see how many people honk.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, welcome back, everybody. We got the It Got Weird podcast guys here, and today's topic
All
is.
together again.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hold on, Jeremy, Derek,
Oh, yeah.
Chris, Derek, and
Yes.
Mike.
Oh my God! First time ever we've remembered that.
Yeah, we
done.
need to do that.
We're stepping it up.
I'm
You
impressed
guys are
that he
stepping
remembers
it up.
all our names.
Yeah, true.
I've got it written down here. A little caricature of each of you.
You got a new sticker with that.
with,
Yeah.
with the curtains and the table.
For some reason, next to Chris, it says asshole. I don't know what
That's
that
it.
means. But yeah, okay.
Just my middle name.
So today we're going to talk about the Devil Den double homicide
Oh shit.
that just happened.
The DDDM.
And it's M.
That's what I said.
You gotta drag that M on. Make it sexy.
Murder.
Now, when you say it just happened,
It just happened 6 days ago.
okay, not like last night, and
No.
we're gonna miraculously predict what.
No,
what's
but
gonna
on
go
our on our last recording, it had happened the night before. So we did talk a little bit about it at the end, but we wanted to
Right.
talk more in depth about it this time. So
So it's been a case that I've been following because you know me
Apparently.
and stuff like that. And initially, my first thought was, like a lot of people, was this person knew those people. Just the way it kind of played out in the news.
You did say that.
At first.
You did say that, yeah. I remember you saying that.
I thought either A, it was like an ex trying to get revenge because just the way the kids weren't harmed,
Mm-hmm.
or B, one of them's having an affair and they done screwed around with the wrong person.
Yeah, the fact that the kids were left unharmed and are safe and so fucking sorry. But the fact
Not that they're unharmed.
Right, exactly. It was curious. I lost it. Sorry.
Sorry.
I thought that might have been an indicator that it could have been a hired hit of some kind.
See that? I
That would
read.
be a real brazen hit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it would.
Brazen.
Well, what knocks that out? So Devil's Den is a great place to do it because there is no cell phone reception there. There's people around, but there's not. But if it was a hitman, he wouldn't have made the bloody mess with a knife.
Right.
It would have been a silencer.
Right.
You know, it would have been quick, easy, and there would have been no
If you're
vehicle to track.
if you're a good hitman,
if you're a good
you'd
hitman.
be using all the fucking nature around you
Mhm.
and make it look like an accident.
Well, and the biggest argument against it being a
Shoot
hit
with a wooden bullet?
is that mugshot.
Well, yes. Whittle that shit
I wouldn't
down.
I would hire that guy to mow the yard.
Yeah.
He was a teacher, but he looks downright evil.
Yeah,
Like,
it's scary
evil.
looking.
So that was my first initial. So I called one of my
Your first initial of your name?
my initial thought.
That's the one.
He just hadn't finished his thought.
Got you.
So I called
Pulling it out.
somebody that I know.
Name.
Connection, contact.
Yes.
Drops.
And
Anonymous
this
source.
person kind of said,
Jim Rock.
you know, it's either somebody close to him or knows, or it's a copycat
Copycat.
of the
what?
Idaho. When that guy slain those girls and stuff in that house in Idaho,
Oh yeah.
He
The guy
come-
that was on trial recently.
I
Yeah.
haven't kept up with it.
he covered his license plate in a similar
Yeah.
style and
Oh, this
stuff.
guy covered his license plate?
Yeah, they said either duct
It's two
tape or
peas in a
electrical
pod.
tape, but he taped over his license
But
plate.
it's still a car. I mean, you can still see what it is.
Not only that, it's a rare car.
It's a unique
Yeah.
car.
Which car?
It's a
Another reason why this guy wouldn't be the person I'd hire
Kia
for that.
Stinger.
a Kia Stinger.
Yeah, I haven't even heard of that.
I saw
Yeah.
somebody driving a Stinger.
First
the other
I'd
day.
heard of it too.
So
She's automatically tied to this.
that very clearly went out when it came out in the open that it was just a random murder.
That's scarier.
Yeah.
And that's what you in the text you were saying is like if it's random, that is scary as
Yeah.
hell. So what had happened is there was this family of four. They actually had 3 daughters. One of them just wasn't there with them. Thankfully, I mean, they're still going through the trauma of losing their parents, but at least one of them didn't have to see.
Right.
Yeah.
But they were going down the trail, and this guy just kind of came out and started stabbing the dad, which from what I understand, the dad fought back some, and then the mom kind of went away told the kids to run, to go get, and then she came back to help him, and that's when she got killed. And a hiker had found the kids, took them to the visitor center. Did you listen to the 911 call?
No.
Oh, it's
Oh, I don't
so.
think I could.
The police show up. They at this point they don't really know if they're dead or they said possible stabbing, and then of course they find the bodies and so on and so forth. And this guy's been on the run. There was one picture of him, of his back.
We needed face back. I didn't think that was going to happen ever in my life, that we would need the app face back. You know, the one created. The young aspiring detective in the fictional town of The Other Guys. That was the app. Gata. Gate. Y'all aren't with me, are you?
Alright, you lost. us.
I'm learning something
Yeah.
new.
What are you talking about?
The app where you scan the back of somebody's head and it can digitally tell you what the front of their face looks like. And I never
We
thought
do need that. I agree,
obviously,
yeah.
because as
Yeah.
soon as I saw his picture, I'm like, fucking face back.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a picture of the back of the guy and then a sketch that looked like Theo Vaughn.
And
Somebody else said it looked like Ben Stiller. But the way they described it, if you look at it and look at Ben Stiller, he kind of does, his eyes and stuff kind of has Ben Stiller.
I'm trying to remember where all these things were on.
So anyways, they
So I could see his face
He
again.
wasn't doing the Zoolander pose shot though.
KNWA probably.
he's been on the run for they caught him on the 5th day, and they caught him at a beauty
5
salon
days.
getting his hair cut, in the middle of getting his hair cut, and the police had come in and he confessed to everything.
Fucking
yeah.
hey,
Yep,
look at the fuck.
yep.
Look at
He
this
confessed
guy.
to it, and there was blood
Look at this fucking
in his
guy.
car.
What
The
fuck
footage of the beauty salon of them arresting him, and they have footage of him getting out of his car and going in, and he has
Jesus.
wounds on his hand from it. And if you notice, his hand's in his pocket the whole entire time. Even when he sits down in the barber chair, he conceals that hand, trying to not bring attention to
Right.
his wounds.
Looked a little
But he
like
left blood at the
Butch
crime
from the
scene because he
Little
got cut
Rascals
himself.
Somebody
And so the blood at the crime scene did match. This
said
morning
he
they
looked
got
like
it
the
did
bad
match
guy
the
from Incredibles.
He
match
definitely.
hand.
I mean,
Do
he's
you know when
he's
became
cartoonishly
a crime
villainous.
suspect?
No, maybe no. And they're not releasing any of that just
Right.
yet because they
I didn't
want to
figure they were, but
botch the
You saying
investigation.
he was playing pocket pool with his hands in his pocket? Is that what you're saying?
To try to hide his wounds. Yeah.
Oh, his wounds, not his erection.
No, it wasn't until they had him in custody, I think, that people were starting to talk about who he was.
Well, his car was tracked through surveillance of people, businesses. So they knew what it was. They investigated it. They were able to match it to the God bless the Kia Stinger.
Which they said it was a
He has so
Mazda,
many different
At
haircuts.
first, yeah.
Look at this.
but they
Is
knew
that
what
one?
they were looking for.
Right, so that's a haircut.
And so
for
they
them.
started digging
Look
into
in there.
anybody in the area that has that
part
type
of it is
of
because one was
vehicle,
before and
which
one
I
was
understand is
after
kind of
his,
rare. You
shower.
know, how they knew he was at the salon, I don't know. But like my source told me when I talked to him on,
Lice shower.
I think it was Monday,
Ugh.
he's like, they know who he is. They're just, you know, you got to do this investigation properly. And he goes, he'll be arrested Wednesday or Thursday. And sure enough, Wednesday. And then when I got the call, just like they hadn't even broke the news or anything yet. But what a monster!
Yeah.
What a
I'd
monster!
say so.
yeah, it feels really like we have a tendency to sit around and just joke about shit. But it feels really weird to be cracking any jokes about
Yes.
anything like this.
I think it's the lighting.
Probably.
So
the thing that I found shocking was, they say in one of his previous jobs he had inappropriate
behavior towards
behavior towards kids, But now they're saying that he wasn't after the kids.
Really?
He was after the parents.
But what's weird about that is, so that school that he was teaching at, the principal got involved with it, and instead of getting the police involved and fired him, they let him resign. And he resigned. He went to another district.
Just like
It's pretty
Catholics.
common.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Which
Yeah.
is stupid. Well, it pisses me off because had they called the police and did what they should have done, he could be locked up right now,
Yeah.
and this would have never happened.
Right.
So it's like,
And
you know, that principal has to feel like shit.
And who knows how many times that scenario played out.
Right.
You know, because he did travel.
And what kids,
Several
I mean, there's a lot of cases like this that happen where the kids just don't say nothing.
Yeah.
You know, there could be more victims
And the
of
thing,
him.
I don't know how other states handle it. I'm assuming that they do handle it the same way. But Arkansas, you have to be fingerprinted to be certified to teach. I mean, you're in the database. So if you have a record at all, they're going to find it. And if
fingerprint
something
me.
happens later, you're already in there.
Well, and they said on the news release today that he has no prior
Conviction.
convictions as an adult. They didn't say anything about, being a minor. But had that school, and I don't know if it was the school he taught in Texas or Oklahoma, but had they called the police and did a formal report, he may have been locked up.
Yeah.
And this would have never, or even if he got out by then, the chance of him getting this job and being in this area would even be slimmer.
Yeah.
It could have happened somewhere else, unfortunately, but
It doesn't surprise me at all.
Does
You
it
know,
tie into
looking at
destiny,
my own childhood, and not going to name any names, I don't want to get us in trouble.
but you want me to name names?
Yeah. Well, no, when I was in elementary school,
Get it.
there was a coach
Mr. Shaw? get
that supposedly, maybe was a little inappropriate. What did they do?
Transfer.
Bumped him up to junior high.
Oh.
Junior high,
Good grief.
he might have walked into the girls' showers while the girls were in there. What did they do? Bumped him up to high school.
My gosh.
Yeah.
They just wanted to get him closer to the 18-year-olds.
Exactly.
Wow. There's this chick that I went to school with in high school. I was doing it with one of the teachers. They're still married to this day, still together.
Well, there is a happy ending.
There is.
Sometimes it all works out.
But no, and it's weird it being here. We don't really get much of that here. But the name Devil's Den, if you've watched our previous vlogs, we've brought it up a few times because there's a lot more weird stuff that happens in and around Devil's Den. And a fun fact about Devil's Den is a lot of the filming for True Detective
Season 2.
was filmed in Devil's Den. Season 2, yeah.
I think it's season 3.
Is
Oh, is
three?
it 3?
Yeah.
I knew
Yeah.
it wasn't 1, but yeah.
Right. So it was, if you watch that, the wood scenes and stuff and where they find that body
Yeah.
is Devil's Den.
Who was in that season?
Oh,
Jason
Brad
Bateman?
Dourif and the black actor who was going to be Blade.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you. The only reason why I watched that. What'd you say?
All them races.
I don't know. They call me.
Look, it's Hollywood's typecasting, not his fault.
No, I only watched that season just because it was filmed here. And the day that they were filming in Waffle Hut and Rogers,
Which is no longer standing.
no, it's gone.
What a fucking shit show that is.
Oh, dude, it needed to be gone.
Oh, man, it's part of history, bro.
No, dude, that was
Dude.
they
A
used
lot
to
of
be-
stuff's part of history.
They used to be one of my
Lots of
customers.
stuff's
That thing
not
needed to be
part of
bulldozed.
history.
Yeah.
It's infested with roaches and rats and.
They should have renamed it the Robert E. Lee Hut. Then it would have been safe.
It'd still be standing.
But yeah, I was between stops in the parking lot and that where the doctor's office used to be, where that gas station is now.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw them filming, and they would do just them walking out and getting in
Yeah.
the car, just take after
My,
take
uh,
after take. It was
My
just
brother-in-law, his dogs, him and his lady friend are.
we need names.
Yeah, no. So Amanda, she runs the dog place. Man, Dogtastic. That's probably not it. I wish I could find it. It's a bad promo. And they're great dog trainers. Anyway, their dogs were used in that show.
We just
That's
lost that sponsor.
I was getting to. I'm so sorry, Amanda. And Adam, my brother-in-law.
What doctor's office were they filming with? What
No, it was the they were filming at Waffle Hut,
oh, okay.
but diagonal from there was like a little
Of course, we could give them free promos.
doctor's office.
Oh,
But
okay.
they tore that down since then and built a gas station there.
Not the Norman Clinic.
I don't know what the hell it was called.
There was
Is it on-
a doctor's office right across the street from
St. Mary's.
Susan's.
Yeah. Dogtastic. I had it right.
There you go.
Susan's.
It was an
Dogtastic.
interesting building.
Oh,
Amanda Henry.
Oh.
Fucking great trainers.
Now that building's probably built in the 70s, so that's the way I would describe it. It was directly on 13th Street, directly across St. Mary's Hospital. Okay.
Whatever. I don't care.
But it was cool to see. So anyways, that's a little bit of history.
Contribution, Chris.
Whatever.
The guy got caught. They're, still doing their investigation, so more will come out on it. But we decided to take this opportunity to discuss this, but Derek has some
Huh? Oh.
Wait.
fascinating stories about Devil's
Yeah, I
Den.
never said it was fascinating. Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting the hell out of here
Set
then.
people up for disappointment. I have notes, and as these guys know, if I bring notes, we're really in for it.
Wait a minute, dude, that's a
No.
book.
No, this is light.
Single
He
space.
doesn't ever share notes, so that's the exciting part.
Yeah, no, it's all a surprise. It took me all day to make this stuff up, but given the fact that Devil's Den is in the spotlight due to the unfortunate event of the double homicide there. Yes,
Do we know why it was named Devil's Den?
go ahead.
No. I
Oh, wait, hold on. First of all, I want to know if
It's-
that is in your notes.
It's not in my notes, but
How
it
is
is
that not in your
it
notes?
is hearsay. It's kind of legend. They think maybe it came from Native Americans because they might.
I
have-
just read during
Sacred.
this why they called it Devil's Den. I can't. No, my phone's up there. Damn it.
I just always assumed it was because of all the caves and
Yeah, there are a lot of caves there.
If I'm not mistaken,
entrance to hell.
it had something to do with
Yeah.
the Native Americans. If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on that. I
I
just read that the other day. Son of a-
yeah.
Did you?
And I don't
Which
know.
tribe?
I don't know
I
that
did.
that's set
That
in
I don't
stone,
know.
but that's the story is Native American lore. I will tell you that Devil's Den, it's around 2,500 acres. It was built in the 1930s
How
by
many
the,
football fields is that?
I don't know.
First of all, his shirt says Viagra Boys. I just wanted to point that out too before we moved on.
It does.
Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome band. They're an awesome band.
Yes.
It was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps, part of Roosevelt's New Deal. From 1858 to 1861, the Butterfield stage line was used they used the park's trails to deliver mail. And that's where we get the Butterfield Trail from.
It's a mail route.
It came to an end at the start of the Civil War, the stage use. But Confederate and Union troops both moved through the park during the Battle of Prairie Grove. So that's just a little bit of history. The thing about Devil's Den, like a lot of places around the country and parks that have devil in the name, there's a lot of urban legends, but there's also a lot of weird stuff that has happened there. In June of 1946,
Name one.
allow me.
But just once.
Right, well, let me just mark that out. Now, all this is mundane stuff. People hiking and camping. But
Someone set up a tent.
yeah.
1982.
It's a game of horseshoes.
The Battle of Jack and
But
Davies.
someone may have cheated.
Oh, that's the juice.
No, that was the cornhole
Juice.
championship down there.
June. That's something entirely different. June of 1946, a young girl named Catherine Van Alst. And this is one of the most popular things that I found researching. She was 8 years old, visiting the park with her family. She was playing with her two older brothers near a dam out at the park. Keep in mind, they're playing in the water. So she's barefoot and she's only wearing a bathing suit.
Okay.
She wanders off. And when you look up this particular story, you'll hear a lot of conflicting information and a lot of information that's just wrong.
So let's add to it.
Well, no,
So,
I tried
she
to
was-
corroborate a lot of this with multiple accounts and some
dominoes
articles.
Aliens?
The bones.
Nope, she wandered off and disappeared, but from that point, supposedly you could see the area where they were camping or staying. Some people said it was a campsite, some said it was a cabin, most say it's a cabin. It was a ways away, but it was within sight. But she disappeared. So her family looked for her, couldn't find her. It was starting to get dark and they freaked out and talked to the park rangers. A search party was assembled. They had search dogs, a helicopter. Supposedly there were military and law enforcement. I mean, a lot of people were
What year did you
involved.
say this was?
What?
What year?
46.
I believe those are still Dogtastic trained dogs. So another shout out for Dogtastic.
You're not getting the
Shout out
sponsor back.
Dogtastic.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
missed that
right.
sponsorship.
I guess we moved on from the Ohio club.
That one fell through.
Yeah.
But after 6 days of searching,
They didn't find her down around St. Joe, did
no, no, which is another great story. After 6 days of searching for this little girl, 8 years old, barefoot and in a bathing suit only, a gentleman by the name of Porter Chadwick. One account says he was originally from Pine Bluff. He was a World War II veteran. He was a U of A student. He had joined in the search. He was calling her name, and it was on a bluff and near a cave.
What was her name again?
Catherine. She comes walking out of this cave and says, "Here I am."
they? Riding a wolf and eating a snake.
Now, where she was found was roughly 6 miles away from where she disappeared.
How many days? 6 days?
6 days.
Okay.
And I've heard some reports say it was 600 feet higher in elevation. If you've ever been to Devil's Den, you know the terrain.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's 6 miles on a map in a straight line.
As the crow flies.
So she walked way more than 6 miles. Okay? Way more in 6 days.
What her Fitbit say though?
Well, that's.
Did she not track? Did she not have?
I think it broke.
Fucking figures.
So
The wolf took it.
So it's been estimated that she was actually roughly 30 miles from where she disappeared when you take the terrain into consideration. She survived by finding water and berries.
Dangerous game.
Luckily
Right.
in that area there are a lot of berries,
Dangerous
blackberries from what I've heard. She was in shock. She was malnourished, but she was mostly unharmed except for some insect bites and scratches. She didn't hear anybody calling her name looking for her until that day.
Well, she was 6 miles away.
And that guy. She said she heard dogs
Chadwick.
at one point.
Portis Chadwick.
Porter Chadwick.
Nailed it.
His friends called him Portis. She said she had heard dogs at one point, but
Friends called him Dirt
she was
Snake.
unfamiliar. Yeah, Dirt Snake. That's old Dirt Snake Chadwick. All right. But she
What a
didn't.
shit.
She didn't call out when she heard the dogs because
Yeah.
she didn't know the dogs. She didn't know if they were friendly or if it was wild
Makes sense.
dogs or what.
Makes sense.
She also didn't recall seeing any wildlife the whole time. She said, maybe I saw a turtle. And that area is teeming with wildlife.
How old is she?
At least deer. She was 8.
I mean,
She
she's
was
not
eight.
that observant.
Yeah. Okay, so that's kind of an odd story. It's an interesting story, how she covered all that terrain.
That's it?
So
That's it.
That's
That's it.
it?
That's all there is to that one. I know you're expecting more.
I
Let's.
was waiting for the flying saucer.
Well, it's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's fast
Oh,
forward.
Started soft, are you? Okay.
Let's yeah, that was a softball. Let's
This is
fast
something
forward.
that fucking happened.
2019.
Bam.
All right.
Wow. That is a
2019.
fast forward.
A girl named Catherine Van Alt. No,
What?
it's a joke. It's a joke. A coworker of mine is hiking out in Devil's Den.
And you've corroborated this?
Yes, and he finds a human skull. Okay, he of course alerts.
This is legit.
Yep.
You know this guy.
I know this guy.
Yeah,
I work
okay.
with him. I see him every day.
Okay.
He's seen the skull.
And
on
he
his
came
mantle.
before it was even reported in the news. He came to work and he said, "I found a skull."
Look what I got.
Yeah, I mean he ate cereal out of it. For a while.
Do we have access
Well,
to
that's not where my
this
mind went first,
No.
unfortunately.
No, you can't add it to your collection.
Maybe you get Sean asked to sign it.
DNA testing of the skull showed that it belonged to a hiker that had gone missing in 2017. A guy named Rodney Letterman. He was a 33-year-old man from Bartlesville, Oklahoma. He was on the Butterfield Trail hiking with a friend, and they got separated. According to the stories, Letterman was needing his medication. He had either high blood pressure or he had a heart condition, one or the other. I've heard it stated both ways. His partner hiked back to the car to get his medicine and bring it to him. When he came back, Letterman was gone.
Should have tied him to a tree.
Yeah, he should have.
mean,
Always
just-
tie someone to a tree when you leave them for a
If
few
you're
minutes.
afraid they're going to wander
Yeah,
off, I
yeah.
mean,
Now,
Makes sense, I'm with you.
when he came back and
We're
found
lying.
Letterman gone,
Peter?
a search was ensued.
Is it Peter Letterman? What's his first name?
Rodney.
Fuck.
Now, this search had over 100 people. I've heard different numbers. There were ATVs, there were searchers on horseback. They covered 6 square miles. The only thing they found was a
6
cell phone.
miles again. There's that.
Now, where they found his remains, where my friend found his skull, they did a search of that area and found Rodney's remains. It was in a rugged and remote area where hikers typically don't go, and especially if you're a novice hiker. And there are interviews with law enforcement that said, yeah, he was found in an area where most hikers don't go at all. It's too difficult. And that particular area was searched twice back in 2017 when he
Yeah.
disappeared. Rodney was over 6 feet tall and 240 pounds.
said with or without the head.
That's with the head.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm sorry.
And
I'm sorry,
somehow-
Rodney's family.
It's a good question, though.
I'm
It's a
sorry.
good question.
And somehow, when he disappeared and the area was searched, he managed to exit the search grid and re-enter around the searches, which is possible if he's disoriented.
Well, but we also have to consider the possibility that the body was moved by wildlife too.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
because the body lost a head due to wildlife.
That's true, and I don't know. I don't recall in any of the reports if it said if there were any marks on the skull or any of the other remains regarding wildlife. But certainly, some of that had to be moved.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the head and the body were not right against each other, then yeah, something got moved.
Yeah.
Real quick, your last story.
Rodney. Go on.
The girl,
Catherine.
Catherine,
Mm-hmm.
6 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one? 600 feet elevation. There's a third 6.
You did say that.
6 square miles.
6 square
6
miles.
square miles.
Yeah.
For the search.
Yeah, well done.
But it was 666.
Well done, Ponji.
Devil's Den.
Yeah.
We figured it out.
The fun facts of that
But
story.
it could have been
So-
5.9 square miles.
Oh no, we're going with 6.
No.
Could have been
5.9.
600.
So I'm sure there are a lot of other stories associated with Devil's Den that are kind of weird and different, and not entirely explainable.
UFOs.
We
Well,
had a
let's find out.
disappearance.
That's what I'm
We
looking
had a
for.
girl found really far away from where she went missing. A lot of these same elements can be found in the missing 411 cases that David Paulides talks about. But
I have no idea what you're talking about.
he is an investigator who had noticed disappearances, clusters of disappearances in state parks.
And what's his name? Roger?
David
Rodney.
Paulides.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a story in there with the guy named Roger?
No.
Make one up.
One of the guys that went missing was named Roger.
Oh, okay.
Good
So,
stuff.
but no, okay. So
I'm in.
yeah. So this guy
Sold.
does what?
He noticed clusters of missing persons cases in state parks.
Uh-huh.
And so he started looking at the cases and pulling out common elements.
Right.
One
Such
of-
as the inability to navigate through nature.
Possibly, yes.
Such as there not being
But-
any kind of cell service.
But
or
a lot of
phones
them,
or-
a lot of them were seasoned hikers, though,
Mm.
and seasoned outdoorsmen. So, you know, you kind of have to throw that one out.
Have you noticed though? You say seasoned hikers. It's always them that go missing, or like when somebody drowns in the lake. Oh, he was a great swimmer. He's good. It's always, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the seasoned hikers are probably more willing to go places they shouldn't go.
That's true.
Yeah.
The seasoned swimmers are probably more willing to swim in areas where it's probably maybe not safe.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
Very good point.
That's a good point.
Thank you. Thank you.
Going back to that girl real
That's a
quick.
good point.
Okay.
Thank you.
You said she was 8 years. It just blows my mind. It's an 8-year-old to go through that terrain
Barefoot.
barefoot
Mm-hmm.
and still live 6 days is pretty damn incredible.
Yeah.
Especially back in 1946.
Yeah, and you know what? One of the things that she said on the first night that she was lost,
Who was she talking to?
she
I thought they couldn't find her.
they
After
did
they
find
found
her
her.
eventually. Did you hear that part?
But I mean, she was talking to someone on the first night.
No.
She was talking about the first night.
She said that on the first night
She was talking
she
to
had
Roger.
found a warm patch of grass to sleep on, and that's kind of a weird thing to say. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, another
glad
common
Catherine's safe.
thing in the
You think
missing
she's still
411 cases is
How old would she be?
areas that were previously
She'll
searched.
still be alive.
Their bodies are found there later.
Close to 80.
There have been other stories
Catherine?
of
You have an invite.
bodies found in areas that are a much higher elevation that the hiker could not get to. Things like that. So anyway, a lot of these have the same elements. But one thing to note is Paulides has gotten some criticism because they say sometimes he kind of forces things or picks and chooses elements of cases to make them fit the criteria to be put in his books, which is possible. I don't know, but he does seem passionate about exploring some of these missing persons cases. So I wanted to bring up some weird stuff, some odd things, and yes, we have some UFOs.
I knew it.
Devil's Den. High strangeness. This one, and I'm only going to focus on the events that happen at Devil's Den, and kind of gloss over some of the other stuff. If folks out there want us to look more in depth at this case, there's a lot more to it, and we can certainly do that. This is the case of Terry Lovelace, who published a book about it called
I've got that book.
Incident at Devil's Den. He also has a follow-up book as well. So he's got 2 books out. He served in the air. What?
So it's convenient.
Maybe he's prolific.
Roger that.
There's Roger.
There it is.
Terry Lovelace served in the U.S. Air Force from 1973 to 1979. He
Thank you for your
joined
service.
right out of high school. He finished college after his service and eventually went into law and made law his profession. So you have a military man who eventually becomes a lawyer. So what do you think about that as far as lending to his credibility before we get into the story? I mean, he's a lawyer. He's not going to lie to us.
Lawyers make a living of lying.
Where's this guy coming from? He has pointed out that being in the military and then in the law, coming forward with a story like this would certainly be career suicide. And he's not lying there. It's true.
For both? You thought?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Did it anyway.
he did come forward, and if there's elements of this story that people want to dig into more conveniently, there are books you can purchase on Amazon or his
he'll lend you
website.
his.
Yeah.
A meet and greet.
Or we could come up with an affiliate link, and then you can make a little, like $2 or
Well,
Sponsor the
22
programs.
cents.
Well, you know, he also tends to make the circuit at some of the UFO conferences and gives talks and lectures. So, that might lend some credibility to him one way or the other. But at one time, he did present his story at Rice University to both faculty and PhD students, and it was well received from what I've seen. But that happened in recent years, since a lot of the leaked footage and things have come out regarding UFOs.
Is he still alive now?
He is alive now, yes. So just to kind of show how this kicked off for him, in 2012, he woke up and he couldn't put any weight on his right leg. He went to the emergency room, and they took x-rays, and they saw what looked like a piece of metal in his leg. But he had never injured it, never had an operation on it, nothing. X-rays showed what looked like a computer chip, and that was his description. It looked to him like a computer chip in his knee with 2 wires running up toward his body.
How far?
I don't know. There were also a collection of foreign objects that were the same size, but they were in a floral pattern in the calf of his leg.
Is this X-ray accessible?
It is in his book, so we'll have to take a look at that.
Okay.
Foreign objects.
Now these
Silverware?
objects appeared to be bone,
Oh, okay.
according to the radiologist. He said they
Yes.
look like bone on the X-ray, but he said they can't be bone because they're coming out of the muscle, and it's a symmetrical pattern. He said there's no way this could be a natural bone formation or calcium deposit. And the radiologist also re-examined his leg, and took a while to do it because he was looking for scars. He said anything inserted, anything that happens to be a surgery or an accident like this, there's going to be a scar. He could find no evidence of scarring. So he was totally baffled by it. Lovelace, when all this information was brought to him, he immediately thought about a camping trip he took to Devil's Den in June of 1977.
It's a good year.
All right.
And this was 2012?
2012 when he had all this stuff, and he had issues with his leg. Now, he did say over the years as a runner, when he would hit a certain mile mark, it was either 2 or 5 miles. I can't recall what he said. When it wasn't 6, but when he would hit a certain mile mark, his knee, that particular knee, would go numb for some reason, and it seemed to always be at the same distance that he would run, and he thought that was odd. But anyway, June of 1977, 4 years into his service with the Air Force, he and a friend named Toby, he called Toby. He's indicated that the gentleman's last name was something like Tobias or something. I forget exactly, but he's recently said that was actually a pseudonym. He didn't actually name the guy to keep him anonymous. But they were stationed at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri.
Whiteman.
They decided to camp for the weekend at Devil's Den to take a 4-day leave. And it was actually Toby's idea.
Toby.
He said he wanted to go camping. He looked up maps of this place, found some information on it, and said, we could take some cool photographs there. It looks like it'd be a scenic place. Let's go. So we talked him into it, and they didn't want to hang out at a campsite. because they wanted to do photography. They didn't want a lot of distraction, a lot of people around. They wanted to go to an isolated area and photograph nature. That was the main idea here. So they take a road, and of course it's far less developed than it is now. They take a dirt road out there, and they see an area that they want to go down. They go down it, and it's one way in, and they get to a gate, and it's chained up.
This is inside Devil's Den.
Yes.
Okay.
And Terry was like, okay, I guess we're done here. We need to turn around. And Toby said, well, wait, let me go look at this gate. And he gets out and he goes up, and he finds that the chain wasn't padlocked. It was just draped over to look like it was locked.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I mean,
fine to go in.
Yeah,
obviously.
so they do.
Uh-huh.
So they remove the chain, they open the gate, they drive in, they find their way to this bluff, kind of a plateau that was overlooking this big meadow. And they think, okay, this is perfect. This is scenic. We can get some great pictures here. They're going to be there for 4 days, you know. So they set up camp, and they're doing the usual camp things, you know.
S'mores.
Ritual sacrifice, no. Yeah. But yeah, roasting marshmallows and that kind of thing. They're just hanging out. And they're settling in. And it's a typical summer evening. Insects are going nuts, frogs, everything. It's noisy at night during summer. And then all of a sudden it gets quiet. Just dead quiet, no noise at all. And they start feeling a little uneasy because of that. And then Toby says, what the heck is that? Did you notice that earlier? And he looks up and he sees 3 lights in the sky. And they're in kind of a triangular pattern. And he said that when they both noticed the lights and they're staring at them, it's like they couldn't look away. They felt paralyzed while they're looking at them. And the lights start rotating, and then they kind of move up in the sky. And then he realizes they're coming closer. But instead of thinking it's weird or unusual, he said, I felt sedated. He said, I felt so calm that I think I was sedated somehow.
Oh, I need that.
As these, you do, you really do.
I really do.
As these lights are coming closer. And then he notices a shadow's cast on the meadow as it gets right over them, and it's a triangular shadow. And he looks up and
So is it a full moon?
no, I don't know. But there was a shadow cast. It must have been bright. He also noted that this thing was blocking out stars from their view. This craft flew right above them and hovered. He said it looked as big as a city block. But then he said they were both compelled to go into their tent and go to sleep. So they do. And that's the end of the story.
Okay. Do we have a date for that?
1977. June of 1977. I don't know the exact date. So we can't double check the full moon.
I would.
There may be something in the book. We'll have to look at the book.
I didn't get that far in the book.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There's actually more to the story, but
He claims to have been visited by monkey men from Mars.
fantastic.
Since he was a kid.
Okay, yeah.
Being a skeptic, I read it as the musings of
So this guy's batshit crazy.
insane man,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
Well, it could be.
My take on it would be on like a ship that large that looks like a city block, right? And you're 2 people in the middle of the fucking woods. You know, I wouldn't question the fact that the ship may have some type of ongoing device that any kind of living thing that gets close to, it might get sedated and just feel like going to bed, so it doesn't notice this giant thing. Like I could see that
bugs.
exactly.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
But for
So all the bugs were in their tent.
yeah, maybe for it to come down, you know, and the story kind of makes it seem like this giant fucking ship, its entire fucking focus was these 2 guys, right, in this force, right? So for me, that's what I get. You know, I question. But of course, from everybody's point of view, you could think, holy shit, this ship's coming right for us.
Yeah.
When in fact, the ship is just passing by, right? It might.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah, and if you're in an altered state, who knows? You might have hallucinated it getting closer, but yeah, I don't discount the possibility of a large ship passing by in night and it having some type of technology to kind of whatever.
Yeah. Well, there's a little bit more that happens at Devil's Den with Terry and Toby.
Okay.
They woke up about 4 hours later in the tent. Right?
Spooning.
They're possibly. They're disoriented and they're missing hours of time. In fact, both their watches had stopped at like 2:40. It was the exact same time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
I always like that aspect of things.
Yeah.
That's all
Now,
down in the X-Files.
yeah,
Yeah.
Terrence and Toby, right? Do they corroborate
Terry and Toby.
each other's story?
Well, that's an interesting part of this. They woke up missing hours of time. They're disoriented,
2:40.
and he sees
2:40.
Toby start looking outside the tent, and there's lights out there. And he's thinking maybe a park ranger has shown up to run him off, and he hears this low kind of drone noise, kind of a low droning sound.
Like that?
So he's trying to figure out what that is, and he's like, "What do you see?" And Toby turns around and he goes like this. And he goes, "They're still here."
Oh fuck!
And one thing that Terry noticed when he first woke up was when they went to sleep, he didn't even take his boots off. Left everything on. They just went straight to sleep like they were compelled to. When he woke up, he noticed his boots were unlaced.
Yeah.
So Toby's a little weird.
With the feet stuff.
But no, Toby said they're still out here. They're still out there.
That's exciting.
So they look out and they see the same craft. It's over the meadow, but this time he's estimating it's roughly hovering about 30 feet over the meadow.
Hold on.
City block. What minute?
Watches stopped at 2:40.
2:40.
Lost 4 hours of time.
So
That put him at about 6:40. We're talking summer. Sun would be coming up. It should be light out.
How do they know it was 4 hours if their clock stopped?
He said it was roughly 4 hours. I mean, this is from an interview with him, from Lovelace. Now,
I'm not casting this person
no,
on you.
No, I know.
just your
Understand.
fucking research,
I know.
bro.
Not at this point.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
It's
Well,
incredible
yeah, that'll be
sources.
a separate part
No.
of it, but
No, it's a good point, but did their watches stop when they first saw the thing? Or did their watches stop at a different point in the evening?
do they even know?
They didn't know when, they just knew it stopped at 2:40. It could have stopped that afternoon, they just didn't notice on the way up there.
Because of magnetic fields.
So he sees this craft, and then he says he sees these kids in the meadow running around in 2s and 3s. And he says, "Toby, what are these kids doing out here in the middle of the night?"
Are they wearing clothes?
I don't know. That
Monkey kids.
that was,
Well, I'm just thinking
well,
the
he
Braves
said
don't wear clothes.
he
so-
said they're kind of they're kind of hobbling and walking strange. You know, it was an odd sight. And
Story of my life.
he was weirded out by it, but he said, "What are these kids doing out here?" And Toby says, "That's just mood. That's all.
Oh,
it is.
okay.
We've got more of a production for this.
Gotcha.
Production value."
We're gonna have a triangular craft.
Just trying to make it a little bit brighter.
But Toby said they're not kids. He said, "Don't you remember they took us and they hurt us?" That's how he responded. Then he started remembering some things that had happened while they were out and missing time.
And this was Toby that said this is what happened, or
Well, Toby
or
said,
Terry?
this information.
No.
Toby
The
told Roger.
conversation
Well, let me
that don't you
clarify.
remember what they did to us? Was that Toby saying
That's
that? or was
what
that
Toby said that, and it
So
jogged,
Toby was bought in at one point.
and it jogged Terry's memory.
So yeah, Terry was.
So-
were the kids? When is this?
Okay, what?
1842.
No.
This is after they woke up.
Okay, and they see the kids.
They see the
In
kids.
the meadow.
One of them was named Catherine Van Alt. since you're following the story so well.
Another one they just called Roger.
Yeah.
1977 is when
You
Elvis
should
died,
give me
too.
lines
No,
next
there
time.
you go.
You should give me lines next time you do research.
All right.
And I can play Terry.
He's watching these
I can
things.
play Toby too.
He's watching these things.
I'm
these
saying
kids,
good Toby.
and a white light beams down. They go into the light one by one, and he said they dissolve. That's how he described it.
Oh,
They dissolve. They're gone. All right. And then the craft rotates, and it slowly lifts off and goes over the horizon. Okay. So they're left there by themselves after witnessing this thing and starting to remember some of the stuff that had happened to them. So they build up the courage to get in the car and leave. They don't pack anything up. They leave everything behind. All their
fucking
gear.
courage to leave.
Yeah, I don't think
Fucking
that's
hell,
courage
dude.
to do that. I
Well,
think-
they didn't want to get out of the tent.
Encouraged.
They said, you know, even though it was just this tent, they were terrified to go to the car in case there was something out there still. But they finally get the courage to leave, but they don't pack anything up. They go straight to the car and they leave. He said they were in such a hurry to leave when they were on their way back to Missouri. He said he was dying of thirst. He realized he was more thirsty than he had ever been. They didn't have anything in the car. And back then, there was very little out there to stop and get a drink. Now you can stop almost, every 10 minutes and get something to drink. They finally found a place and stopped. And he said it was some little mom and pop's gas station, probably mostly for the locals instead of passersby. And
Fucking out of towners.
he went and he got a key
Tourists.
and he went to the restroom. He said the sink was just filthy, but he turned the water on and drank like he had never drank water before because he was that thirsty. And when he looked up in the mirror, he realized he was severely sunburned. And then he looked on his stomach, he lifted up his shirt, and under his shirt, on his stomach, he was severely sunburned.
Did he have that little Playboy bunny on there?
I don't think, I think that came later.
Okay.
I don't know, that was 77.
But basically,
Great point.
they drive back to the base where they were stationed. Their wives freak out and make them go to the hospital on the base. So,
No, what are they going to say?
well, exactly. He basically just said we went camping, and the doctor's like, you're not telling me everything.
So 4 days they were supposed to go out there.
Yeah.
They were planning on, how many days did they stay out there?
One night.
4 hours.
Well, are they,
We know that.
I was curious that possibly maybe 2 days and they only thought it was 1 day because and maybe
Yeah.
that would be a sunburn thing.
That would be
Because
interesting, yeah.
He'd be passed out in the
And that
middle
would
of the sun,
explain the
right?
sunburn, yeah. No,
Well,
from
it's
my
underneath the
understanding, it was
shirt.
one.
Because any of the shirt could have been the lights from the craft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
the way I took it.
the
Or
doctor,
just fucking asshole kids going,
yeah, the kids in the field.
take this UV.
The
Weekly.
doctor at the hospital interrogated him.
I bet.
Officers were called in to interrogate them. They of course, when they were examined, they were separated. And one officer said, "You're no longer allowed to contact, converse with, or spend any time around Toby."
Freedom of speech.
Nope. And that was literally the last time they saw each other, was that trip. When they were on their way back, neither of them even spoke to each other. They both had kind of this weird mutual aversion to each other, actually, after they went through that. It was kind of odd, but he said and they had been friends, they had hung out, had barbecues together. Their wives were friends, but from that point on, it was changed.
They would nod in the hallway.
I don't even think they nodded.
Toby claimed it
cold.
was
So cold.
the kids that took him into the ship and hurt him.
There was one.
It might have been Toby doing the hurting.
There was one military officer that interrogated him, and he said, "Why did you go camping out there?" And he said, "Well, we went to go take pictures of nature," which was the truth. And he said, "Well, how many pictures did you take?" He said, "We didn't take any," which was the truth. And he said, "I don't believe you." He said, I want your camera and I want to see the pictures you took out there. And he said, we didn't take any pictures because, you know, when all that happened, that was the furthest thing from their mind when they were trying to process what was going on. And so the guy basically didn't believe it. The guy also said,
Hey, remember this time?
821.
We talked about that 821.
Yeah.
His phone just lit up and it was 821.
yeah.
Sorry.
The guy also said,
Was it 821 in this story?
no.
Oh.
We can add things up to make 821.
That's another topic.
Sorry.
He also said, are you sure you don't have like a weed patch out there or something and you guys were growing weed? Which, if you think about 1977 and being in active duty, he could have been sent to prison if something like that was proven.
Dude,
so that seemed more like a threat.
Not that strong.
You know, that seemed more like a threat than anything, than an accusation.
Oh, look what I found in your pocket.
Yes,
sir.
exactly. So he was terrified through this whole process, this guy interrogating him. And one of the last things he said to him before he left the room was, you and I both know you went out there and you got yourself into something that you shouldn't have seen. And that's exactly what he said. Now, he figured out that because they left all their gear, their camp set up, everything, because they were asked about why did you leave all that stuff there. Mm-hmm. You know, of course, the military found out. A park ranger must have found it, reported it. Maybe their information was in a backpack or something, a home address, which was on the base. So everything led back to them. That whole scene followed them. And the military somehow knew that they saw something they shouldn't have and got into something that they shouldn't have. Now, there were of course threats. They had to sign affidavits. They had to sign all kinds of paperwork without being allowed to read it. All kinds of stuff while he was in order to remain in the service. Toby was transferred to Japan. Never saw him again. And he said in recent years he has passed away. But I don't think he's revealed his real name out of respect to his family. Now, over time, he experienced brief flashbacks, glimpses of strange beings and lights. He did undergo hypnotic regression. He recalled being taken aboard the triangular craft.
What's hypnotic? What did you say? Hypnotic what?
Regression.
What is that?
Where you're hypnotized and taken back to a previous event in time to remember it. A lot of people try to use it for victims of trauma.
Gotcha.
Quit smoking.
He remembered experiments, chemical smells on the craft, people screaming in terror, telepathic communication with tall and human figures with large eyes. He remembered being moved from one room to another and seeing glass tanks with strange creatures in them that were kind of familiar but a little off, a little different, like they were an experiment. He was taken in a dome-shaped white room like an exam room, and when he was put on the table and they started like working on his back, like cutting into his back or something, and he started screaming. And then there was this voice in his head that said, "Why are you screaming? You know this doesn't hurt." Weird things like that he remembered. But when he was first put on that table, he thought, "Oh, that's nice that it's a metal table, but they warmed it up for me." And then he realized, no, someone was there recently on that same table. So there's all those things. He did have memories returned to him, like you said, from the 60s, mid-60s, when he was a kid, as a child, seeing a flying saucer over his home, lights in his window at night. And that's where I kind of stopped the information. There's a lot more to his story, which we can get into if we want to
just remember
explore it.
this whole thing started with the MRI in his knee.
Yeah, his knee. He couldn't put weight on it, so he got X-rays and found basically
And
what
this
he
was in
claims
when?
to be an implant. 2012.
Did they pull it out?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't know.
No,
I don't know that
as
part of the
far as I
story.
know, it's still.
So the
But-
implant, no scars, and then
Yeah.
back to this time, he remembers at
So-
Devil's Den this one time.
Former military guy, lawyer,
I forgot those facts too.
author, published author, doing the UFO circuit. How credible is his story?
Well, he's also managed to not just bring obviously UFO aliens. He's obviously brought aliens into the thing because inhuman
Yeah.
things. But he's also tied it to like the military knowing
Yeah.
about it. too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe that's true.
It's an interesting
they are.
story
It is. It's a
It
fun
is.
story. It's
Yeah.
but
made for the X Files.
yeah, but and it has all the elements that a lot of abductee stories have. The triangular craft, the experiments, the history of lifelong abduction. A lot of them say they end up realizing this has been happening to me my whole
But do you
life.
think they're
And,
they're saying those things because everybody else has been saying it?
See, that's where I'm going with it. I think it's a fictional story.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an entertainer.
I don't know. It could be BS. I mean, are all of them lying? Do they just want attention? Do they want money? Do they want fame? I don't know. I'm on the fence. I mean,
sleep paralysis is a thing.
yes, it is.
That's creepy too, man. Damn.
So and
Yeah, sleep paralysis itself is terrifying
Yeah.
and real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
triangular craft is understandable because if you have 3 lights,
Mhm.
they're going to be in a triangle no matter what.
But it's still too textbook.
Unless they're in a straight line.
Well, true. Okay, but if you put 3 lights around a circle,
Yeah.
you still make a triangle out of those lights.
Yeah,
So I mean,
yeah. You'll see a triangular pattern with 3 lights almost always.
And, yeah.
It's too textbook.
Yeah, two on the nose with all the popular UFO elements.
Does anybody want to read the book?
I do.
Okay.
I've been wanting to buy it. I'm going to buy my own copy, but I would love to borrow it.
I'll give you mine.
Okay.
I want to see images of the implant, and I want
Yeah.
it taken out. I
Yeah.
want to examine
Right.
it. if it's
Okay,
there.
well, let's go find this guy.
Okay. Where does he live?
I don't know. We know another guy at Devil's Den that has a knife we can borrow.
Oh God.
We can remove the implant.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now we're going to hell.
Too soon?
Well,
Too
of
soon?
all the shit you guys have said tonight, I'm the guy. And I'm the one you're going to remember.
Shit.
Good times. It's good shit, man.
No, it's an interesting story. It's a fun story. The story of the girl that went missing and found, obviously that one's true and real. I mean, newspaper reports.
Again.
That one there impresses me out of all
Very,
the stories because
very interesting.
an
yeah.
8-year-old to pull that off, or to even know to eat berries or find water.
No, she.
That's amazing.
When she was interviewed, a lot of the things that she said made her seem very mature for her age. And maybe that's just, having older brothers and having to grow up a
I
little
like to
bit
think that,
sooner.
especially in that decade, that
Mhm.
people would be a lot more capable of doing this than they are now, right? Because
Well, you do have a good
Yeah.
point there, because 1946, you did a lot of forging, and
Right,
so that's
exactly.
probably common practice for them. Now, everybody would die.
Yeah, when you rough it in 1946, you really rough it.
Oh my
Right.
God, silence.
Um, And of course, the story of Rodney Letterman, as sad and tragic that is, it's just kind of a weird thing.
Which one is that?
The skull.
My coworker.
Oh, the skull.
My coworker found his skull.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. And Rodney.
So there's weird things tied to Devil's Den.
A lot of
And
weird
this
things.
just adds on to the legacy of
Yeah.
it, really.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the latest is a tragic double homicide.
I'm wondering with this current event, the guy's captured, he's in jail, but how much is that going to hinder people from wanting to go there now?
Oh no.
I mean, I want to
I'll
go
still go.
because
I don't think people in Arkansas are deterred by that type of thing.
I think if you were still on the loose.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
But with him,
They're probably gonna be looking for him, but yeah.
well, even with him on the loose, I wouldn't worry about him coming back to the same place to commit the same crime.
I mean, he
I would
doesn't look
stay.
sane.
I would stay off of the other trails and other places for sure. But you know what was weird and that made me think.
wait. You would focus on that one trail where it happened, and you would go there and only there. Oh, he would if you were him. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you meant as a
This guy.
Sorry.
This. I forgot what I was gonna say.
I was
Damn it.
confused.
Oh, another reason why I thought that maybe it was a personal thing is usually when something like this happens and the guy is not on the run, they over and over and over warn the public about it. And you really didn't have that. You had it in the very beginning.
No, they kept a lot of things close to the vest on this,
And
which they should.
They didn't, usually it's like,
Well, we
if you see him,
recently
stay
had
off
another
the
murder
trails,
on the
or, I mean, it was
loose.
something.
The
Yeah.
guy
The
that broke out.
escapee,
Yeah,
right?
And they were saying that he was like, oh, he's across the state.
Right.
He's gone to a different state.
That
He
was-
was a mile and a half from prison.
That
Yeah.
was more terrifying than this one, I think. Just wow,
The Grant Harden thing, I don't even want to get into that. That's so disappointing. I can't. Well, I mean,
I can think of a lot of words to describe it, but I'm not sure that's the one I
well,
would have settled on.
my
first.
thing, I say that because they dramatize this whole thing. He's here, he's there, he's gonna go
Yeah,
back home. The victims of the murder victim, or the family of the murder victim is hiding out. Like, they drew this out to be this massive thing. And this son of a bitch was in the woods a mile and a half away.
Can you imagine the feature
That's an
film?
anticlimactic.
Or at the end, he's
ending.
like, oh, he never left.
this fucker was a mile away from Skylar, apparently. The guy, the Devil's Den guy, yeah, he was found like a mile away from Skylar. Yeah, hi Skylar.
The Devil's Den guy, I mean, he had time to get the hell out if he wanted to.
She lives in Springdale.
Oh, okay.
But
And she showed me a screenshot of the location and how close it was to her house.
Wow,
Yeah,
where is that
that's unsettling.
salon?
I don't know.
I'll
Because
find
I've
it.
seen his
Springdale.
haircut, and I
ain't going there.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure you guys do fine work. If you'd like to
Fine
sponsor
work.
the podcast,
Yep.
just
Plug for Lupitas.
yeah, send us some
Plug for
message.
Lupitas. Plug. Not a hair plug, but
I'm sure they
We'll
could
take
make
a hair
look great,
plug
though.
too.
advertising.
Can I get some of his hair?
No, it would be
Aren't you
interesting.
would buy it?
It would be interesting to look into more stories about Devil's Den. I'm sure there are some. These are some of the most popular ones that popped up. But
Yeah, it's definitely the main one that pops up. I find that all the caves and shit just fascinating in general, just the nature that's out there.
yeah, there's a ton of caves.
Well, they're
Yeah,
closed
it's gorgeous.
Well, yeah, you can't go in
because
them.
the white nose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it spreads to the disease of the
Yeah,
bats.
the bats.
The bats.
But like the
yeah,
last time I was there, and this
just
is
stand next to them, feel that cold air. It's
25
great. Love it.
plus years ago, you were able to go in the caves
Yeah.
back then exploring. It was a pretty cool place to go do.
Yeah.
I can see it being a prime place for somebody to try to commit
Yeah.
that, because it is out in the middle of nowhere, no cell phone
Yeah, like,
reception.
what's
and-
they just wake up and be like, yeah, fuck them.
This is what I want to know: did he, like? Of course, he went there to do this, but like, I want to know his
Motive.
process, his motive. Just like, did he just want to see somebody die? Did he?
Right.
One of the girls at work said he had said, I just want to know what it's like to kill someone.
So he did it twice, but then didn't kill the girls either. It feels so weird. Like,
Those
I had
girls,
enough-
my heart goes out to them because
Yeah,
I mean they're
sucks,
scarred
man.
for the rest
Jesus
of their life.
Christ.
This will.
Yeah.
That's like the BTK
Fucked
killer.
up.
The BTK when they killed it. I think it's Ortega family killed them all except for the one son,
Yeah.
and that son has to live the rest. I mean that's
Yeah.
that's worse
awful.
in my opinion than getting killed yourself.
Mhm.
Is have to sit there and live that, and
Yeah.
especially at those ages. My
The
goodness.
survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
comes with it, yeah.
But also, good on them for getting away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
The mom
yeah.
was a hero.
I'm amazed.
Yeah.
the
And
mom
so was
went
the
back.
dad, because the
Yeah.
dad tangled with them.
Yeah.
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 You know, he did fight back, but thankfully the mom's just.
They got
Go.
DNA too.
Mhm.
He had their DNA on him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And his DNA was at the crime scene when he.
Yeah,
when he cut
that's
his
what I
head.
meant.
Yeah,
That's what I meant.
yeah. That report came in this morning that it was a positive match.
I have a hard time beating that one.
I don't quote me on it, but I think in the press release or a clip that I saw today that they are going to go for the death penalty, as should. I just wish on a case like him, instead of sitting on death row for 30 years, if he admits to it, DNA, if it's a solid case, just get it over with.
I just
Russian
hope-
man.
Yeah.
I just hope they, they can figure out motive, because sometimes, even if someone confesses, they don't always give the motive.
The worst part when people, I hate it when they kill somebody and then they kill themselves.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if you want to, first of all, you want to kill yourself, just kill yourself.
And
Do
the
it.
guy in, where was he at, that went in, that had a grudge against the NFL and went to the wrong elevator?
Oh yeah, New York.
Oh God, what the fuck, man? Come on, wrong elevator.
They, and this
Just
just a couple of days ago,
Yeah.
this NFL player went to some
I
building.
don't know if
to
he ever
kill
played.
people,
I don't think he.
got in the wrong elevator.
I don't think he ever played.
Went
for the
somewhere
NFL.
different and ended up murdering 4 people. That
He was pissed off because he had injuries from concussion.
Yeah, he was blaming the NFL for his injuries. He did suffer from mental illness.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
And yeah, concussions can do that. It's a
Yeah.
fucking serious thing.
I tell you, reading true crime,
Makes more
9
sense than
times
what
out of
elevator,
10,
though.
there's been a concussion.
Mhm.
And it's frontal lobe damage.
and football, man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Our hearts go out to that family and even the hikers, everybody involved in this whole case, and
Yeah.
the law enforcement on different agencies. I think there were several agencies involved. And these poor people, they just moved here.
Yeah.
In July, they had their water turned on July 16th.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
all the
Fun
early
facts.
all the early speculation was, it was they were targeted. He knew them, and they were being chased or followed because they had moved a couple of times in recent years, and no, it was just wrong place at the wrong time, unfortunately.
Fucking assholes.
I can't imagine hiking in July in the
Oh, yeah.
afternoon. It's like,
Well,
good lord.
yeah,
It's like,
right.
maybe spring or fall. But
Yeah.
I don't get these people who.
I was reading on social media, people were making comments about long sleeve. That's not normal. I'm like, fuck, I wear a long sleeve every day at work. And that's just because it cut down on sun exposure.
Yeah.
But hikers and fishermen, I mean, it's common to see them in long sleeve.
Well,
It's,
it can
it's that
also-
breathable material.
Yeah,
Yeah.
keep you cooler. 'Cause
But-
it has a level of insulation.
They did say on the press release today, and I think they touched on it last night on how people on social media came to their assumptions and stuff, and they actually hindered the investigation.
Nah, bruh.
And I'm reading,
Nah, bruh.
I'm reading it, telling Jessica, I'm like, people just need to shut the hell up, let the police do what they need to do, because you're giving too much information out.
Yeah. There's plenty to talk about afterwards.
Talk amongst each other, but don't put the shit on social media for everybody.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
all right, guys,
Wrap it up.
thanks for watching.
Hey,
Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like
Till
and
next
subscribe. Leave a
do those
comment.
things. Sorry, it got weird. Happens.
Yep. They know what to expect now.
Cool.
They know.
And shout out to Roger.
Roger that.
And
Yeah.
don't forget,
Yeah.
honk out that dirt snake.
Honk, honk.